everyone, welcome back. I am still here with Richard Ruland and Katie Turner, paranormal investigators, psychics, and pretty cool people. So let's talk some more. We were talking about, how you have the psychic ability. How about now, could I ask, which of you has a really good, probably both of you, ghost story or something that happened when you were on an investigation?
I'll let you go first, Katie. Oh, Kill Road. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? I've had so many experiences. It's hard to, quite honestly, to break it down. There's been some, shall we say, memorable moments during investigations, whether being bitten or scratched, whether being shoved, or growled at. You get your fair share of negative activity, but there's been pretty cool incidences as well. There was one particular incident where we had gone into the location, and this gentleman, he was quite skeptical, but he was having a lot of activity, and so he was at his last straw, and he contacted us, and I was able to go into the house and do a psychic read. And I developed a name, and I told the gentleman the name, and he didn't really let on, and so it led to the investigation. And it was at the conclusion of that investigation that we were able to determine that it was actually his best friend who was killed in battle alongside him. He was a Canadian soldier. And so this paranormal activity, although it seemed quite scary, was actually just this gentleman just trying to get a message across and doing the best he could to get the man's attention. And so even though it was scary, it was a happy ending.
Sure. Those are the best ones. Now, sometimes, though, it's not happy, right? I mean, Richard, you've talked to me about some of your negative experiences. Do you have a kind of like a scary one that you're willing to share here with us today?
A scary one.
That'll scare the average person.
Scare the average person. I have had an experience at a location called Hellsbar Dam. Hellsbar Dam is if you have the opportunity, well, actually, I don't think they're doing investigations anymore. But we were there filming our show, and years ago, and I had an interaction with what I believe to be a demonic entity. And he was attacking my guys. He scratched my investigator's neck, made him violently ill, knocking equipment out of one of my investigators' hands, sending it across the floor. And I just, I was a person of faith at the time, and I just said, hey, I want you to back off in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm asking you to back off and leave us alone. And I felt a very negative wall of energy come up on me, and in my ear, which had the recorder next to it, it said, Christ has no power here. And then he backed off. And I went back. I made a stupid mistake. I went back in the building 2 years later to film again. Same floor, same issue. I said the same thing again, and got nothing. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's weird. Said it again.
The back same thing?
Same thing. And
what
again,
a nasty spirit.
It's demons love to intimidate, and they love to suck every ounce of energy they can out of you, and they just avoid the entire area of energy. I mean, it's kind of like you're drifting out in space in a spacesuit. That's what it's like. You get nothing. There's no light, there's air, there's absolutely nothing. So he attacked two of my people, and now first instance, and he attacked my one guy the second time around. But I did not. I did get scratched in that incident too, but I've been scratched before. So,
well, when that happens, it's definitely not your average happy ghost. But
no,
some of them are happy, right?
It's kind of their way, I think, and Katie and I have talked about it several times on the show. I think it's kind of also their way of saying, please get out of here. Please just leave. It's hard for them to determine, and this was Katie's point on the show, it was kind of hard for them to determine the level of power they have. It's hard for them to determine it. So sometimes when they reach out, they may cause a bruise, or they may cause a scratch, or you might get poked in the back, and you just don't understand that they're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to get your attention. That building has got a lot of dark energy in it, and is just one of those places. But I don't feel that the entity that that we've dealt with outside of that one was negative or demonic. Just that one. And I know he's still there because every time I come anywhere near the building, I can feel him.
Ew, nasty. I don't want any demon experience like that, but it's not that common. You don't believe it's that common, right, Richard?
Demonic experiences are not as common as regular, what I call dead people. Okay.
Yeah.
I also am a big believer in wraiths. Wraiths are a being that actually gets stronger with age. It is a negative, but it's not a demon. It's kind of like if you see the vampire movies use the word familiars really, really well. That is kind of what a wraith is. He wants to be the demon. He wants to be the bad guy, but he doesn't have that ability. But as he gets older, he's able to do different things and get a lot more into what he can do, or it can do. The last part of its strength as it gets older is being very cerebral. So it has the opportunity to make you make bad decisions, want to hurt yourself, want to kill yourself, things or others. So yeah, it gets pretty deep.
It's bad. So for either of you who want to grab this question, if someone were having maybe a haunting or something that is negative happening at their home, like scary things, because I've heard so much, and I know y'all have too, of times when it is frightening, possibly dangerous, what would a person do?
Okay, take that one, Wade.
You what?
If you feel that you're experiencing something malevolent, it's very important that you contact a reputable local team. It's important that you contact a reputable psychic medium to go in and kind of look at the situation. There's nothing worse than trying to fix a problem yourself if you don't know what you're doing. And Richard and I try to explain that on the show, that although it's not something that you should stay away from, it's imperative that you understand how the dynamic works with hauntings, so that you don't get yourself in more trouble. And so, find a local reputable person. I often tell people, if you don't know somebody in your area, contact Richard or myself, and we will find somebody for your area. And, also make sure that these people are legitimate people. Lots of people get taken for money. So if somebody's willing to come in for $5,000 to clear the spirit, find another team, find somebody else reputable to be able to do that for you.
Because most people want to help you who are doing this, and it also teaches them, I suppose, things when you go in and you're getting that one-on-one or first-hand experience. So
well, I'll tell you, what I've told many people in the past. I have activity in my house. The first thing you want to do is reach out and call a team. Well, here's the thing. I don't recommend anybody reach out and call a team unless that team has a contact or a relationship with the psychic medium. Here's the reason why. Because if all they're going to do is go into your house and crank up the activity on an investigation, because what you're doing when you do an investigation is you are doing a seance. So you're already agitating and bringing forth communication. If you don't have a psychic medium there to be able to say, hey, based on what I'm getting, this is what we need to do to cleanse the property or the people. If you don't have the contact, all they're coming in there to do is to crank the handle up. And you have to be aware of that. So even if they don't have a psychic medium on their team, they need to have a relationship with one they can bring in to be able to help out. That's very important. Very important.
Wow. So unfortunately we are out of time. But I'd love to give you each the last word. If you have something you want to talk about, share, or tell people how to get in touch with you, or to watch your podcast one more time.
Yeah, our podcast is Let's Talk About It. It's on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock on my page, Richard Ruland, and on the PUN TV page on Facebook as well. We also, the Haunted Travelers, my team, actually will also be doing tours, paranormal investigation tours. Probably starting in July, if you watch on my page and the Haunted Travelers page for information on that.
That's exciting. So people could actually come out and do some paranormal investigating with you.
Yeah, we actually teach them how to do it correctly.
That's fun. That's great. So what about you, Katie? What are you doing right now? What you got going on or coming up?
As Richard said, every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right on Facebook and the Pun Network, we're doing our show. Let's talk about it. I'm also doing paranormal investigations. You can catch us at CanadianSupernaturalResearchSociety.com, or if you'd like to reading or like some more information, it's KatieTurnerPsychic.com.
Fun. Well, guys, it was a blast, as I knew it would be. And everyone else, thank you for watching. Shout out to today's guests, paranormal superstars Richard Ruland and Katie Turner. And on Saturday, June 12th, Bohemian Entertainment will host a haunted house workshop in Dalton, Georgia, with Richard Ruland, Jennifer Spear, and others. For more information on the haunted workshop, please visit Bohemian Entertainment on Facebook or Dalton Ghost Tours on Facebook. And to rewatch this show or see a past episode of The Talk with Connie, please visit the Talk with Connie YouTube channel. And while you're there, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you next time.